Hey guys, what's up? It's Sierra the Festive Bohemian, and today I'm sharing with you my favorite 7 houseplants. These are the houseplants that I just love. You know, I give them a little extra care than I give my other plant babies. And they've been bringing me a lot of joy, so I wanted to share them with you, and maybe they'll bring you joy as well. Plant numero uno is my Philodendron Mican. Put my glasses back on. Now he does have a little bit of leaf damage. Holy moly. So if you know what that is, please write in the comments. If it's Thrips or Thrips, then let me know in the comments and say, yep, girl, you got Thrips. When he's not covered in holes, they're these velvety, just gorgeous velvety leaves that are so soft, and I give him pretty bright light. He does actually get some sun, and you know, part of me was thinking maybe that was the sun at first, but yeah, it doesn't look like the sun. It looks like that's some kind of pest damage. And the thing with this plant is I actually got it a while ago, and I got it with that damage on it. I didn't know what thrip damage looked like, and I kind of just took it as just a little bit of cosmetic, you know, cosmetic thing. But now that I've seen more pictures of thrip damage and stuff, my head is thinking it was that. So, and also the fact that this guy I got with a few other plants that all struggled. All of these plants had this issue on it. If you watched my last video, you would have heard me mention that I just got some predatory mites, which I've already released, and I'm going to be kind of documenting the process through that. So if they are thrips, then we've got some predatory mites that will hopefully take care of the problem. But I'll keep you posted. So make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. And I do plan on removing all of these damaged leaves and putting this guy on a moss pole or plank of some sort, because I would love to see these leaves get like nice and big. I saw someone do it, and ever since that's been my plan. A little crooked. Number 2, numero dos, my friends, mi amigos, migas. I'm trying to practice Spanish more because my daughter is 3 years old. She's getting real good at English, and most of her, she's, you know, her whole dad's side are all Spanish. They all speak Spanish, and I really want her to be able to speak Spanish, so I'm also trying to get in on it, but so I gotta practice my Spanish. All right, numero dos is this Amaranth. Ain't she pretty? The reason she made my list because she looks a lot like a calathea, but she's much easier to care for. She grows faster, in my opinion, and I get a lot of compliments on her. Probably more than any other plant. Like, she's not necessarily my favorite plant. Well, I shouldn't say that. Anyways, yeah, I get a lot of compliments on her. Literally everyone that comes over to my house, that comes into my plant room, this is the plant that they're like, oh my gosh, she's so beautiful. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but look at my other plants that I love more. People will appreciate this plant a lot. Even people that don't love houseplants as much as we do, they will still appreciate this plant. It's a gorgeous, just statement plant that doesn't need a whole lot of light. His home is right up here, medium to bright light, but it's a little, it's you know, a few feet, it's like 5-6 feet away from the window or so, from a south-facing window. But I do eventually want to hang him up one of these days. But he's living his best life over here that I don't really want to move him. Next plant on my list, numero 3. No particular order, but this guy actually does have a little bit of leaf damage that I believe was caused by the sun. I moved him into a pretty bright spot where he was getting a little bit more light than he was before, and then that happened. But now part of me is also thinking that I moved him right next to you know who. This naughty guy. So maybe it's also Thrips. Y'all, someone help me out. Because I literally don't see anything. Whoa, the undersides of these leaves are like kind of trippy looking at. They look really cool. But the reason I love this plant is because of this incredible foliage. I mean, this leaf is just big to begin with, and I love the size of it. And then the shininess of the leaves, and I love it. Okay. This wind is getting out of control. It's trying to knock my plant over. I need this plant. Next plant, I have numero Cuatro, 4. This is my Cebu pothos. And why do I love him? Well, you see that? It's a lot of new growth there. He's just really easy to care for. Very, very easygoing plant. I give him nice bright light from a west-facing window, and he loves life. And I've actually got him in some nice chunky soil, which he loves. He's an aeroid, so you know, you want to make sure that he has some oxygen to his roots. You don't want to put him into a soil that's going to stay wet for too long. I'll water him when the soil is more dry than it is wet. Pothos do tend to like to dry out a bit more, but you don't want him to go bone dry, which is something that I have been learning. You know, I used to just be so scared of overwatering plants that I would tend to underwater them. I'm learning it has more to do with the soil. Maybe if you're constantly killing plants, maybe you rethink the soil mixture that you're using. And I need to like not be giving away what plant is next before I say it. But the next plant is this variegated Syngonium, and actually was my second Syngonium in my collection, and I thought I didn't like them. But I'm realizing that I do indeed love Syngoniums. I tried to stay away from them at first. I don't know why. I thought they were just like super fragile, but yeah, they're not. They're great plants. They grow fast. Because this is the variegated version, I do try to give him quite a bit of light, and he sits right here. See? Oh, I'm scared it's gonna like blow over and just destroy my plant that is on my list. So I just love him because he grows so well for me. That foliage is gorgeous. He does get a bit of direct sun, but not too much, you know, not too much direct sun, but just a little bit. And, oh, we're crooked again. I'm sorry. You guys, why don't you tell me? Oh, so I think I may have had a little bit too much orange juice. Okay. This next plant has been on my wish list This next guy on the list, what are we at? 5, 6? That was 6, right? I think 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Bet you guys didn't know you were going to be learning Spanish on my channel too. This next one has been on my wish list for some time now, and I went to a plant swap the other day and I finally I got him. I love plant swaps, you guys. If you aren't going to plant swaps, you have to, because you grow your collection and I typically don't spend any money, so it's a win-win. More plants, still money in my wallet, and also I get the plant that I've been resisting so hard not to spend the money on, which is my Fishtail Boa. Yeah. Little cutie. Super excited about this guy. He's got some nice roots in there as well, and I'm not sure how fast he's gonna be growing, but I do keep him in my prop box at the moment. Anytime I get like a little cutting or any type of you know, seedling or any plant that I'm not quite sure what to do with him yet, I put him in my little bin, my plastic bin. Like, plants just love it in there. It's a nice humid environment, and especially if they come in like these little containers, because they do tend to dry out faster, these small pots. So putting it in that, you know, prop box just keeps things wet for a little bit longer, and also has that humidity, so even if it dries out, it's still getting some moisture from the air, which will help the plant. And all my plants love it in there. Like, plants love the prop box, okay? Last but not least, actually, it's my favorite plant, and I think it always will be. Maybe not. There's so many things to love about this plant. And it is this guy right here. This is my Raphelia Tetrasperma. It's got some new growth there. It's about to get some new growth. Where was it? Right there. Top of him there. I just repotted him, so he's not really yet sunken his roots into the soil, so he's not very stable, and that's why I'm worrying so much about him right now. But yeah, I keep him in really bright light, and he grows very quickly because of it. You prop this guy and he roots very quickly. A little prop here that I just did. So he's very easy to propagate. He's easy to care for. This foliage, I just love, you know, the venstrations, and the foliage is one of my favorite things. So, great plant to add to your collection. I think this is one plant that I think everybody needs to have in their collection. You just do. If you don't have it, you need to go get it right now, because it's a great plant. So there's my list. Philodendron Micans, you got the Scindaptus pictus, the Cebu pothos, Hoya fishtail, variegated Syngonium, and my Maranta, lemon lime Maranta, I think it's called. Yeah,